Round 2 of the 2023 FIA Formula 2 Championship brought wins for Ayumu Iwasa and Vesti, but they weren't the only stars on show in another wild weekend of F2 action. So here are 5 drivers who impressed me in Saudi Arabia. In at number 1 is Prema driver Vesti. The Dane came into the weekend with a sprint race grid drop and used it as a sign of things to come, moving from P11 at the start to finish the race in 6th. Then on feature race Sunday, the Mercedes Junior fought his way from 6th on the grid, having been bumped up a place thanks to Théo Pourchaire's own grid drop, and took advantage of the Victor Martin's Oliver Bearman battle to move into 2nd, before the Frenchman spun off. There were no errors from Vesti this weekend, and he has thrown his name well and truly into contention for the title. Next is Ayumu Iwasa. The Japanese driver made the most of being at the front for the sprint race on Saturday and took the lead from fellow Red Bull junior Jack Crawford on lap 2. And what impressed me most about Iwasa's drive was how he managed the safety car restarts and his tidy defence against Martins and Daruvala, who were chasing him for the victory. Martins especially looked unstoppable as he sighed through the field from 9th on the grid. Iwasa's 4th place in the feature race was a clean drive that made the most of the mistakes made by others around him, leaving the 21-year-old just 2 points behind championship leader Ralph Boschon. The third driver who impressed me this weekend is Victor Martins. The Frenchman made this list because he utterly destroyed the field in qualifying and, as I've mentioned, cut his way through the field in the sprint race. The qualifying performance replicated what ART teammate Théo Pourchaire did in Bahrain, taking pole position by a margin of 3/4 of a second. Martins did lose the lead at the start of the feature race to Oliver Bearman, but he managed to force his way back through until that spin on lap 17, bringing his race to an end. But Martins' pace was impressive and a sign that Pourchaire won't have things all his own way at ART this season. Next is Oliver Bearman. The young Brit was best of the rest in qualifying after topping practice and was looking set for a solid first points finish in the sprint race. And that was until Théo Pourchaire arrived at turn 1 completely out of control, ending both their races. Bearman looked set for a podium in the feature race as well after leading the early laps, before he was pushed wide when fighting to keep the lead against Martins, and then his own spin on lap 16 ended those hopes of a podium. But what has been evident is the speed of the 17-year-old, and big things are surely on the horizon. And the final driver who really impressed me was Jehan Daruvala. MP Motorsports' Daruvala finished 3rd in both races this weekend, which is impressive considering the reverse grid nature of the sprint race. The Indian has gone well in Jeddah in the past and continued his good form around the high-speed circuit with that double podium. Now he needs to build on this for the rest of the season. In the comments, let me know who impressed you in Jeddah this weekend. If you enjoyed this video, give it a nice big thumbs up for me, subscribe for more Grand Prix content, and thanks very much for watching.